I suppose we're buying them unraced. We're buying them with no saddle on their backs. So yeah, it's all about the future. Some horses take longer than others. You'd be buying a sharper type. You'd be buying a bigger type that could be a chaser in 3 years' time. So you're trying to buy a different range of horses. I suppose Thomas Darby was bought from this sale, so he's flown the flag for me for a long time. Ultimately, I'm trying to find horses that are gonna win plenty of races and get my name on the map and improve my stables. So listen, we're doing our best. I'm very lucky to have my father, Olly Murphy, who's obviously a well-regarded, well-known bloodstock agent, working alongside me, and he's bought plenty of champions in this sales ring, and that's what we're here to do. I'd like him now. He's a big loose walk on him and covers plenty of ground. She's an ideal size and shape, this filly. She's got plenty of scope. She'll jump a fence in time. When we're buying unraced 3-year-olds, we're just trying to find horses which are covering plenty of ground, both in walk and trot. So it is a big gamble. It's a different way of buying a horse. Some Westerners can be quite common, so if you can find one that's got a bit of quality and a good loose walk on him, it really helps, you know. I train this horse's half-brother. One thing in this game you go broke doing is following horses' siblings and thinking you have to buy brothers and sisters and follow the family the whole way down the line. No different to a famous sportsman. Now their brother and sister aren't usually good sportsmen. But listen, you do get brothers and sisters which do follow down the bloodline and turn out into good racehorses as well. Through the 3 or 4 store sales, we try and buy, I suppose, 20 to 25 stores with kind of what we get sent as well. I'm very lucky. I've got some big clients, some big owners that will spend big money, but at the same time, then when you're trying to mix it up with the real big boys, you're a small fish. Sales are actually they're a very fickle place. If you're doing well, you go and buy a lot of horses, but if you're not training winners, you don't have the clients or the minerals to go and buy horses on spec that you think you can get sold. And we'll be ballsy, and we'll go and spend money and buy horses that ultimately I want to train, I want to have in my yard, and I think will win races down the line. And touch wood, I'll keep training winners for clients and owners and friends and syndicates and whatnot. I've got a horse with me, and they kind of come to me, and when the time's right, they want to buy another horse, and you try and fit that person with the right horse. It's 1:30 now, the day before the Derby sale starts. I suppose we're after looking at the guts of 100 horses now, so plenty of work is done. We'll get looking at day 2s now this afternoon, but yeah, we've sifted through a lot of horses and there's plenty of quality knocking around. So yeah, we've looked at day 1, obviously an hour before the sale starts now. So we've a short list of about 30 horses. We'll follow these horses in through the day, and listen, we have a budget in the back of our heads. We're buying a lot of these horses on spec to take home and then get sold. So you've got to go into the sales room with a little bit of discipline, and that's what we'll try and do all day. Every horse has a price here, so you've got to be careful. We're not buying for Pacific owners. We're not following kind of 2 horses in for the whole day. We're going to go in and follow 15, 20, 25 horses in through the day. So there's 2 days of this sale going on. So we've got to, yeah, as I said, be careful early on and just kind of try and make the right decisions.
70,000 now, way back, 75, 75 in again, at 75,
is he enough?
75, 75, at 75 now, how about you up on top right here, but at 75,000 now, going down below here, you know, at 75,000, 78, 78, 78 now, in a small gap to fill. Go two more if you like. 80. Thought you might. 80,000 now. 80,000 going at. 80,000 going at 80,000 now two if you like. But at 80,000 now.
Is he just about enough or not?
But at 80,000 now, go two over the top if you like. But at 80,000 now, and he boys in one bit here at the bottom of the stairs. At 80,000 now, two more if you like. Quite short here of that, you know. 82 going in. 82, 85, is it? 82 is big. But at 82, we'll do 82. 82. At 82, we'll do 82, 85 you like here. At 82 is going out. Now fine. But at 82,000 now, he's been with me a long way here, you know. At 82,000 now, all done. At 82,000. 85, sorry about that. No, it's slow, I'll give you the time as well.
He's enough for that.
It's very important when you haven't got a client on the phone to have discipline in the sales ring, because you can get you can run away with yourself at times, and yeah, it's just very important to hold your discipline.
I had a very good horse last year called Bombs Away, who was a Westerner, and Washington, who I think could be a really nice horse moving forwards. Obviously a Westerner as well, so Sarah I quite like.
72 is the bid now, 72 high, 75, 75 now, at 75 and again now, 75, 75, at 75 and again show side all the way now, at 75 he goes right handed all the way now, at 75 and he goes side from now at 75, real good for Christie, 5 Westerner at 75, he's going right handed all the way now, at 75 and he goes side from now at 75, one more if you like, sir, at 75,000, I sell him right handed then, at 75 and he goes side from now at 75.
Bad value at that, I don't think that is he?
So top line this time around then, at 75 all done, so this time, so you know, that's 75,000 all done, so it's 75. Olly Murphy, thank you, 75 buys.
Like with that, I think he's really good value at that. Yeah. He's got a right bit of quality about him. Sometimes Westerners don't have a lot of quality in the ring, and kind of we really thought this lad was a horse who showed that he had a bit of quality to show off himself. So no, I'm chuffed with that.
Yeah, I thought the Western horse was a sharper type. He had a right bit of quality about him, so hopefully he's going to come to hand a little bit sooner now than maybe one or two others that we've bought. But that was the physique of him. He looked a real athlete, and hopefully he's a horse who could maybe run the bumper next spring. I suppose we go into the sales ring now with a figure in our head. I actually thought he might have made a little bit more money than he made, so was delighted he only made 75,000. So looking forward to getting going with him. He was very athletic, and hopefully he's got a bright future. These horses will go straight to Charlie and Francesca Post to get broken in. They'll then come back to me in 8 or 10 weeks' time to have a holiday and then begin their training regime at Warren Chase. So it's a long process, but hopefully there's a champion amongst them.